Stop paying the search tax. You know that feeling when you have 50 tabs open in your brain and you're frantically scrolling through them all just trying to find one single minute of peace? If your life was a PDF, you'd be stuck on page 400 of 1,000 looking for a word that isn't even there. Most of us aren't tired because we're working too hard. We're tired because we're constantly searching for the balance we think we lost. Today, we're stopping the scroll. We're using the Ctrl F protocol to find exactly what we need right where we are. Hey, welcome to Shift. I'm Elliot Reed, and I am so glad you're here. This is the podcast where we take those keyboard shortcuts you use every day at your desk and turn them into shortcuts for your life, your growth, and your sanity. Now, look, I'm not a guru. I'm a guy who used to write software manuals and now spends a significant portion of my day trying to explain to my 3-year-old Lucy why she can't wear her Elsa dress to the swimming pool. I'm navigating the chaos right alongside you. And if there's one thing I've learned between deadlines and diaper changes, it's that we often make growth way more complicated than it needs to be. Sometimes you don't need a total system reboot, you just need the right shortcut. Today's shortcut is Ctrl F. Literally, on your computer, what does it do? It's the find command. You press those two keys, a little box pops up, you type in a keyword, and ding! The computer highlights every instance of that word in the document. It saves you from reading 50 pages of legal jargon just to find the one clause about the cancellation fee. It's a precision tool. It bypasses the fluff and takes you straight to the source. But in life, we rarely use Ctrl F. Instead, we manually scroll. We look at our calendar, our messy kitchen, our mounting emails, and we just scan. We scan for a good time to rest. We scan for a balance that feels like a mythical creature. We're looking for a giant block of peace and quiet that simply doesn't exist in a 24-hour day. The metaphor here is simple. Balance isn't something you create from scratch. It's something you have to find within the document of your life. It's already there, buried under the noise. You just need to know what search terms to use. Let me tell you about a Tuesday 3 weeks ago. My 5-year-old Clara was home with a cold. I had a consulting report due by 5 p.m. My wife was on a back-to-back Zoom marathon. I spent the whole morning scanning for a break. I kept thinking, once she naps, I'll find balance. Once this email is sent, I'll find a moment to breathe. But the nap didn't happen. The emails kept coming. By 2 p.m., I was vibrating with stress. I was looking for the big rest, but because I couldn't find a 2-hour window of silence, I ignored the 5-minute windows that were staring me in the face. In tech terms, I was trying to read the whole hard drive when I should have just been searching for one specific file. When we scan our lives, everything looks like a blur of obligation. When we use Ctrl F, we look for a specific keyword: micro-rest. Research in occupational psychology actually backs this up. They call them micro-breaks. Taking just 60 seconds to look away from a screen or take 3 deep breaths doesn't just help you cope, it resets the nervous system. But you have to find them. They don't announce themselves with a trumpet blast. The problem is, most of us don't know what we're searching for. If you hit Ctrl F and leave the search box empty, nothing happens. In my house, rest used to be my search term, but rest is too vague. When I searched for rest, my brain would default to scrolling Instagram for 20 minutes. Is that rest? No, that's procrastination purgatory. It's that weird middle ground where you aren't working, but you're not recovering either. You're just buffering. To find balance, you have to define the keyword. Maybe today your keyword isn't rest, maybe it's quiet, or movement, or connection. If I search for connection, I might find it in the 30 seconds I spend hugging my wife in the kitchen while the coffee brews. If I search for movement, I find it in the 2 minutes I spend stretching while the microwave runs. When you narrow the search, the results become visible. If you're looking for a perfect work-life balance, the search result is always 0 matches found. But if you search for 1 minute of stillness, you'll find 15 matches scattered throughout your day. Think about a long Word document. Sometimes there's a whole page of white space at the end. In our lives, we have dead space, those transition moments where we usually just fill the time with more input. I used to be the king of input overload. I'd listen to a podcast, yes, the irony is not lost on me, while washing dishes, check Slack while waiting for the elevator, and read the news while brushing my teeth. I was filling every dead space with noise. Ctrl F allows us to locate that white space and leave it blank. I have a friend, Sarah, who's a high-level corporate lawyer. She was hitting a wall, classic burnout. We sat down for coffee and she told me she felt like her life was just one long run-on sentence. I asked her, "Where's the white space?" She said, "I don't have any." I challenged her to use Ctrl F on her commute. She usually spent her 40-minute train ride responding to emails. That was her searching for productivity mode. I told her to search for the gap. The gap is the time between being lawyer Sarah and mom Sarah. She started leaving her phone in her bag for just the last 3 stops of the train ride. 6 minutes of staring out the window. That's it. 6 minutes of white space. She told me later it felt like finding a hidden room in her own house. The final power of Ctrl F is using it as a diagnostic tool. On a computer, if you search for a word and it shows up 500 times, you know that word is the theme of the document. If you were to Ctrl F your internal monologue right now, what word would appear the most? Is it should? Is it later? Is it fast? If should is appearing 100 times a day, I should be working, I should be playing with the kids, I should be at the gym, then your document is formatted for guilt, not balance. Using the shortcut helps you see the pattern. When I realized my internal search term was hurry, it changed everything. I was hurrying to get Clara to preschool just so I could hurry to get to my desk, just so I could hurry to finish work, to hurry to pick her up. When you find the pattern, you can replace all. But that's a shortcut for another episode. For today, just focus on the find. Spot the hurry. Spot the should. Just seeing it highlighted in neon yellow makes it lose its power over you. All right, let's get practical. How do we actually hit Ctrl F tomorrow morning? When the alarm goes off and the chaos starts, here are 3 small shifts. 1. Define your daily keyword. Before you check your phone in the morning, decide what you are finding today. Is it perspective? Is it laughter? Is it solitude? When you tell your brain what to look for, it's amazing how it starts to highlight those moments. 2. Audit the dead space. Find one transition in your day, the drive to work, the walk to the mailbox, the time spent waiting for the kettle, and forbid yourself from adding input. No music, no phone, no planning. Just let it be white space. 3. The 60-second search. 3 times today, literally stop and ask, where is the rest right now? Maybe it's the way the sun is hitting your desk. Maybe it's the fact that your coffee is actually hot for once. Find one match, acknowledge it, and move on. Your challenge this week, if you're up for it, is the keyword catch. Pick one negative search term that's been cluttering up your mental document, something like not enough or too busy. Every time you catch yourself saying it or thinking it, imagine that little Ctrl F box popping up on your forehead. Just say to yourself, "Oh, there's that word again. Match found." Don't judge yourself for it. Just highlight it. You'll be shocked at how much more balance you find simply by noticing where you're wasting your energy searching for the wrong things. Thanks for hanging out with me today on Shift. I know your time is the most valuable file you have, and I'm honored you spent some of it here with me. If this episode helped you find a little bit of breathing room, please hit that subscribe button, leave a review, or send this to a friend who sounds like they're running on a 1% battery. Next time, we're diving into a heavy hitter, Ctrl Z and the sunk cost protocol. we're going to talk about how to stop investing in past failures and how to finally liquidate the things and the relationships that no longer serve you. It's about the art of the strategic undo. Until then, keep it light, keep it real, and remember, sometimes all you need is a little shift. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go find where Lucy hid my car keys. I'm thinking my keyword for this search is patience. Wish me luck.